Hey everybody, how you doing? Last year, April 24th, the City of Oakland received a $7.2 million grant related to its efforts to end homelessness. Specifically, this grant. And as you can read, it goes like this. City of Oakland, attention LaTonda Simmons, 1 Frank H. Ogawa Plaza, Oakland, California 94612. ERF3R Award announcement. City of Oakland award amount $7,216,307. Dear LaTonda Simmons, the Business, Consumer Services and Housing Agencies California Interagency Council and on Homelessness is pleased to announce that the City of Oakland has been awarded an Encampment Resolution Funding Round 3 grant in the amount of $7.2 million. This letter constitutes notice of the award of ERF3R funds. Please note this letter does not constitute the formation of a contract between the state and the City of Oakland. The City of Oakland received full disbursement of funds after the standard agreement is fully executed. Please be advised that this award is subject to the terms and conditions of the standard agreement. And it goes on. But this is special because all we ever hear about are, well, times where a grant the City of Oakland applied for wasn't won, or worse, the City of Oakland never applied for a grant that it should have gotten. Neither of those situations was on LaTonda Simmons' radar in her position. Prior to her time serving, her 5 years serving as city administrator, LaTonda was arguably the best city clerk the City of Oakland ever had in its history. And that's not me saying that. She actually received an award to that effect. She has been praised by people like Isaac Koss-Reed, public relations consultant, Greg McConnell, once of Jobs and Housing Organization, the fire chief of Oakland, Gerald Smith. I can go on and on and on. Many, including myself, have sang the praises of LaTonda. And yet, for all of that, she was fired. And again, there's no given reason for this action. None at all. It's very puzzling. And when I run it by certain people, they would say, well, she was an at-will appointee. Yeah, but it begs the question. Just because a person is an at-will city employee doesn't mean that they automatically deserve to be fired. If anything, it means that they're more likely to be fired for reasons having to do with politics and not competence. I will repeat, politics and not competence. What happened that gained LaTonda this unfortunate fate? You would say, how did I find out about this? Well, I received a text and then a phone call from Gene Hazard. And Gene and I are good friends. And he called me very late at night. So I knew something was up, so I had to get back to him, even though I was in the middle of doing something else at the time, and I did. And he told me that someone else, he didn't mention the name, told him. And but again, no reason was given. No reason at all. And Gene would say that this is very similar to something that happened to Mayor Kesha Smith. And Mayor Kesha Smith was a very capable, well, more than capable, very talented Oakland assistant city administrator. But she should have been hired as city administrator over Ed Reiskin. But instead, Oakland Realty Bishop chose Ed, who lasted all of roughly 1 year. Mayor Kesha went on to become city manager of Santa Rosa, if memory serves, and has done, by all accounts, an incredible job. So, Ed is not in the municipal sphere anymore. He's vice chancellor at the UC Santa Barbara, So it's not. I can go on and on about that, but the bottom line is Mayor Kesha did elevate to a place that was consummate with her talent. And many people, myself included, believe that she should have been city administrator a long time ago and wasn't and was not. Um, it's very sad to report this. It is. It just is outright very sad that this has occurred. Now, um, and then by the way, this is the city manager of Santa Rosa. This is the last black woman that should have been in charge of the city of Oakland. Should have been in charge of the city administrator's domain, if you will. This is Mayor Kesha Smith right here. Uh, Another more than capable person. But and as you can see again here, she has risen to the place of where she is city manager in the city of Santa Rosa. That's the staff that she presides over behind her. She hails from Eastern Kentucky University. We both work for the city of Oakland. And she was recognized just a month ago as one of the top influencers in local government during Public Service Recognition Week for this year. Now, LaTonda has received similar accolades for her work through the years. And all one has to do is search for LaTonda Simmons, as I'm doing again to show you. LaTonda Simmons, Oakland. And I will switch over. You can see it right here. And those are the images for her. And of course, there's the video that we're talking about right now here. Now, Derek Sue had an issue with her. Derek Sue is a homeless man who's also a homeless advocate. But what he accused her of doing wasn't crystal clear to me. In other words, it wasn't something that was obvious and rose to the point of subterfuge. But hey, look, Derek's a friend of mine, and I need to get Derek on to better understand his grievances with respect to LaTonda. It didn't sound like they were enough to get her fired. Perhaps Derek believes that maybe she wasn't as responsive as he would have liked her to be, but she did nail this $7.2 million grant. So it's, if you note, have a number of articles, archives, and on her city leadership, and listed in Transparent California. And there's her award announcement. And then this was where she was named interim assistant city administrator and congratulated by Gene Hazard along with Jason Milchell, as you can see here. Congratulations to current Oakland City Clerk LaTonda Simmons, whose professionalism and leadership is unmatched. Today, Oakland City Administrator Ed Reiskin announced the appointment of two interim assistant city administrators, Ms. LaTonda Simmons and Mr. Jason Mitchell, effective Monday, June 1st. And this, the man who really should be in another position, perhaps working for the mayor and talking about Ed, and not city administrator, wrote, "I'm delighted to appoint LaTonda and Jason to these critical leadership roles. Both LaTonda and Jason were born and raised in Oakland, and each of them has been integral to the leadership of the city for many years. They bring a contemporary blend of operational expertise, deep institutional knowledge, community connections, and managerial experience. Their appointments are a testament to locally developed talent and the spirit of service to Oakland. I welcome them both to my executive leadership team as together with the city department directors, we lead this city forward. And then it goes on to report that LaTonda joins the city administrator's office with over 27 years of public sector experience focused on management, organizational development, compliance, fiscal services, oversight, program and program management, and network systems administration, having supported federal affordable housing, municipal, and legislative service activities. LaTonda is a leader who is driven by the passion to make government accessible, solve problems, create operational efficiencies, and serve the organization with candor, precision, and humor, said Reiskin. So I can go on and on and on and on and on and on. LaTonda is one that shouldn't have been fired. Again, I don't know what the reason for the action was. And she's an at-will appointee, which means the reason is political. And you have to wonder if it had to do with some sort of interaction with Oakland Mayor Barbara Lee. Something happened. And we'll get to the bottom of it sooner rather than later. Subscribe to Zenny62 on YouTube channel called The Vlog Report. Zenny62, The Vlog Report. And bookmark oaklandnewsonline.com. That ends the string. Thanks.